Howdy, folks. Welcome in. Just give me a quick sound check to make sure I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm seeking a refund. I had my coffee ready before 8. 8? It's 1 o'clock. Oh, dear, dear. It's nearly time for dinner. Greetings, everybody. Welcome in. Nice to see you all on this bright but little bit chilly Sunday. T-shirt of the day is I like trains. Yeah, don't we all? Nice to see you all. Yes, there's been a little bit going on. I did a little trip to the model shop, local model shop, yesterday over in Stevenage, and that's KS Models. And there was something there I spotted about 3 weeks ago, which was this. Yeah, a bit of a surprise. It was actually on display, so they had the lid tucked around the back, and that's what it looks like. Don't let the price fool you, which says £39.99. I didn't pay that for it. Once I pointed out that this was actually three rail, and it wouldn't work on DC track. He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, you got a meter?" So he pulled out a digital voltmeter. I put it on continuity, put it across the wheels, and beep. Oh, yes. Yeah, 3 rail. Oh, didn't know that. So, yes. And I'll tell you what tickled my fancy with these is the wood grain on the side. I don't know how well that's coming across, but even at a distance, you could see the wood grain on these barrels. Hi, everybody. I will go through the roll call in a minute, but yeah, I didn't pay that for this. It was a much reduced price. Not sure about what kind of couplings it's got on there. They seem to be loops, so I might get away with that actually. But there's NIM pockets on there. These are actually tannery wagons. I thought they would probably be beer, and not being able to read the German. Look up the picture on the that one beats. Look up the picture on the that one beats any video camera. Yeah. Okay. Yes, the number is 46742. So yeah, but yes, they've got funny wheels in them, which look like this. I just picked one out so I could put it on the digital calipers, and they come out at 10.4 millimeters. A big thank you to Tom Houston. I did actually look up the number of the wheel sets which are for DC, and I shall be ordering a couple of pairs of those in the week. So that wasn't all I got. Let's just go through the roll call. I can see Chuck Schreiber in SJ Trains. There's Simon from Denmark. And I can bring you some 2-rail axles from Trix. They fit the wagons perfectly for 2-rail. Are they 10.4 millimeters, SJ? These are disc wheels. I don't think there's any spokes in them. I don't think that. No, they are disc. So I was right, Tom. They are disc wheels. So if you could do that, that would be great, Simon. But that will mean a little bit of a delay in running them, but I can live with that, because what I also got was Fleischmann. This particular one has got 6-wheel bogies. So Ivo will probably be able to tell me what this is. It's a Fleischmann 5155. And again, it was the funky wood paneling on the side. Let's just bring that a little bit closer. And I liked it. I thought, oh, that will go nicely. Plus, it's got Profi couplings on there. So there was that one. And there was also this one. 4-wheel bogie, but again, a wooden effect paneling on the side. Confiscated CIWL dining car. Well, I thought they looked really funky, so I thought, yeah, this one has got a number in it, but it said Space Wagon 798, and it says Mitropa on just above the windows. So yeah, pick the bones out of that one. So yes, I did get them at a reduced price because they've been sitting there 3 or 4 weeks. Oh, there's Robin. Hello, Robin. Where's Batman? It's looking at me like I'm an idiot, but there's probably some juicy worms down there. I can see into the garden from here. Yes, I'll look into the history of those models. What else did I pick up? Okay, I picked up this, which is a GP72 Proto 2000. Look at the price down the bottom corner there, £15. Motor hums, lights work, but no movement. That's going to be hard grease. So that one should be pretty easy. Didn't have the resources or background to find the exact trick wheels despite trying. Yeah, nice one, Tom. Thank you, Anthony. Obviously, you're quite active in. Oh well, it's broken now. £15, bloody hell. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, yeah, I can fix that one. So Proto 2000s aren't really that bad. Might get some cracked gears. I'm having a good day here, aren't I? Lots of crashing and banging. And I also got this, which was that's a River Rossi, Denver and Rio Grande Western. Now I have some Denver and Rio Grande Western stock, so that will go along with it very nicely. Obviously, it's got continental couplers. The loop goes over the top. I can change them out for McHenry's, no problem. So that's that. I also bought some more East Kent coaches. So yeah, looks like we're set up because what was it? Southeastern Chatham Railway. So I got, unlike you, Andy, spending less than £200. Oh yeah, thanks, Pete. That's very good of you. That is cheap. It is, Dwight. Hope your back's feeling a little bit better. Hopefully it gets better day by day. And by the end of a couple of weeks, you'll be back to your old self. Christmas a few months early. Well, I spotted those, particularly those barrel wagons, and I thought Anthony beat you with the price of purchased items this month. Yeah, he did. He's whipped me, but the Bachmann carriages made up for it a bit. That just sort of raised the price a little. Again, that's something I'd had my eye on, and I knew that the shop had them. But did they have all of them? Well, they did. So I grabbed them. And the other bits and pieces, I couldn't look away. I kept thinking about it over a span of 3 or 4 weeks, and I thought, if they're still there, I'll grab them. So I did. Anyway, let's go through the roll call. We've got Delft Junction Pete. We've got the Curly Express. He's getting there slowly. That's good news. Tom Houston, my saviour. Thanks, Tom. Anthony Dodge, another encyclopedic knowledge. And Ivor Van Zon, who knows the continental stuff inside and out. Grandpa Rails, they were calling you, Andy. They were. They waved at me every time I went in the shop. It was the wood barrels that did it. The wood grain on it, even with my funky eyes, I could see. And then we had a bit of influence from Anthony, who was running the beer trains. And I thought, that'd be great. That'd be great. I've got a Class 78, which is a 464 tank engine. I could run that with those. Encyclopedic knowledge in many things except model trains. Not necessarily, Anthony. Because of what you've done in your life, you've got the ability to absorb things like a sponge. So Eric has just joined us. Hello, Eric. A very good morning to you. I hope you're well, Eric. And vertical. That's good. There's Brian. Hello, Brian. And I've seen Grandpa Rouse. Grandpa Rouse is in. John number 1, as he is also known. The inimitable John Dilly. Yeah. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anybody else in? I can do what Anthony does. Go up to top chat. Click on that. No, don't go on that. You go on to live chat. Steve Childers, the man himself. And there's Les. G'day, Les. How are you, man? Very good to see you. Maura's in. Hello, Maura. Always a pleasure having you on board. And Ray Bertelson is there as well. And there is Wolfsec Scenics. Paul. Hello, Paul. What am I running today? Well, it's the cold challenge. Jean Ricard. Hello, Jean. How's sunny Denmark? And Osmerica Model Railroad. That's Artie. Great show last night, Artie. Very much enjoyed that. Simon Trains has joined us. Hello there. Very nice to see you too. If there is anyone I've neglected, do please mention that in the chat, because I can always give a hearty hello. What am I running? Yes, it's the coal challenge. There's been a lot of the coal trains flying around. So the first one I'm going to get moving is, let me just say this. I did have a problem with one of my points just before I went live. I thought I'll give it a couple of run rounds, make sure it's okay. And I was getting a derailment in the same spot. Set of points over there, and the spring, the over center spring, had jumped out of its socket. So hence I was a bit late making the coffee, and you get this roll-on effect, and I'm sorry about that. I really am. Rick's Trains. There's another cold challenge man who did a great answer to the cold challenge, and very much enjoyed that, Rick. Running on big 3-rail. I think that's O-gauge 3-rail. So that was a monster train, a real monster train. Right, talking of which, let's get this one moving. It's moving. Yes, it's moving. I've dragged out the old Garrett, which you'll be seeing to my left, which is there. There she blows. Pulling, if I don't say myself, quite a large coal train. Got to remember our coal wagons. I've got a problem. No problem. I think that's a remnant of the last derailment. It was just the bogey wheel of the Garrett just off. Right, let's get it moving and make sure everything's cool. Let me just check the points over here. And they are set. There's a little brake wagon on the end, which has got a little funky flashing red light, which I got from Bernie, rest in peace. Let me just count them off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 on the brake wagon. Let's see how she's getting on this time. Yeah, all good. That was the little bogey wheel that dropped off. I won't run it too much faster than that. Hello, Rob. Nice to see you. 25 plus a GWR Toad. Yeah. It's a 4-wheel Toad. Yeah. I know Oxford Rail do a 6-wheel Toad as well. But I got that in one of Bernie's competitions. And also the flashing light in a separate competition. I put the two together. So that's that one working. On the other track, which is this one, there's a big Santa Fe. I think that's it's an Erie built A and B unit. They're both powered, and the Pennsylvania cold drag coming behind it with the Pennsylvania caboose that I got from Floyd Robbins. Floyd. I've got Floyd to thank for that one, who noticed that I didn't have a proper Pennsylvania caboose. So he very, very kindly sent me one over from the glory that is Canada. My recent morning lives, it come on the abrupt end. Yeah, I noticed that, Rob. I don't know what happened there, but good show, mate. Good show. So just a bit of a funky time at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, which would be something like 5 in the morning or 4 in the morning in the US. So that's a small lump of coal, Andy. Yeah. I couldn't. Yeah, there it is. It's a monster. It's a real lump of coal, that. Just to make up the numbers a bit, I got a flat wagon out, which is a gondola, and I put this huge lump of coal in it. So Toad is like a caboose. Yes, that's right. That's right. I'm not sure why they call it a toad. Maybe Simon can put that in the chat. But yeah, it's called a toad. It's like an elongated brake wagon, what we call a brake van, what the Americans call a caboose. And it's open one end and boxed the other end. So I think they call it a toad. Bash it with a hammer. Well, I could do, but let me get out of the way. It's a real monster. It's sitting right here, right behind the locomotive as it comes around. And it's certainly weighing it down a bit. So it's not really prototypical having a couple of Santa Fe locomotives pulling this lot. But at the halfway mark, when I go over to DCC, I've got the Pennsylvania F7 A and B over there. And as a substitute for the Bayer Garrett, I've got a King class, which I'm going to pull out, which has got TTS sound in it, but it's okay. Digger Evans has joined us. You're carrying a 1/2 ton of real coal. Yeah. There's another truck on this one. If you're wondering about the name on there, that's my surname, Blackwell. So Daypole did some private owner wagons with that name on it. It was after Blackwell Colliery, which is up in Derbyshire, somewhere like that. And they did a very limited run of these wagons. So I've been collecting them. As they come up on eBay, they're usually about anything between 12 and £20 a toss. I think the worst I've paid is 32. But I'm getting 6 coal cars. Oh, James, I'm glad you reminded me. Let me just stop that over here. I can put the TH&B coal car on. I've got that one. Just a minute, folks. Let me grab the Toronto, Hamilton and Buffalo coal wagon. And here it is. That was a gift from James. Very kind. There's the coal load in the top. So yes, it's genuine. And I'm going to pop this on the train so that can get pulled as well. Just move that off from there. Wait until I'm photo bombed. Come on, come on, come on, come. Oh, that's heavy. There we go. Make a bit of room. Sorry to turn my back on you folks, but all necessary in the big scheme of things. There we go. Tramps, hobos and bums. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Yes, I did. Let's go. There's the highball. Rock and roll. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that because on the back of that Santa Fe unit, the knuckle is rather high compared to the other one. Bang, got you. Junction Carl Braun has joined us. A very good day to you, Carl. I hope you're okay. RT, my Class 82 will be pulling the TH&B coal cars. Yeah, it's great. How many did you say you had, James? Oh, hang on. It's lost the caboose. Now, instead of reversing that up, here is the caboose. You see, Anthony, we all have these problems, man. Right. Stop right there, my son. Here we go again. That's better. Okay. Now we're missing the fun of the crashes. I don't want to deprive you of any pleasure, Ivo, but nah. She's moving. Yes, she's moving. A question for all the British. Oh, you British. When I see a freight train of yours, you have a lot of coal wagons with company names on it. Sometimes you have a lot of salt wagons as well. Do you have beer cars? Good question. They're usually covered wagons. And the beer is usually inside, in kegs, inside the covered wagons. And I don't think they usually have any markings on. I know I've got a cider, a big cider tanker. Oh, hang on. It's lost the caboose again. There's the crash. There's the crash. Right, it's pushing the caboose around now, but at least we won't lose it. He means beer vans with logos. I don't recall seeing any. I don't recall seeing any. Um, no. For all of those shows that we go around, I don't remember seeing any beer wagons. Does anybody in the chat? Brian, you see a lot of rolling stock come through. Do we have beer wagons? The people to check out would be no, my mind's got a blank. I have loads of beer wagons, not enough to beat Anthony. I don't think anybody's got that amount of beer wagons anywhere. Has anybody seen so many beer wagons on so many trains as what Anthony has picked over? Stanhover Model Railway has joined us. Hello, Mark. Have you seen any bus wankers recently? sorry. Mainline and Dapol did wagons branded with brewery names. Oh, okay, Tom. I don't recall seeing them. Yeah, Pauline and what's his name? The name's not coming to me. Pauline and you know who I mean. Pauline and Rick. Yes. They do a lot of shows. I don't recall them having a lot of beer wagons though. A lot of confectionery, crisps, food, things like that. Did anyone see the beer wagons? Freaking into reducing my feed of 144 for yeah, I know it was a little fuzzy, Anthony, but you could see the trains moving, and it didn't reduce our enjoyment any, because obviously we've got yourself who is keeping us up to speed on what's going on. The Taunton cider wagons, yes, the only ones I know. Yeah, Guinness tankers. Yes, well, I've got the Guinness flats that I got from, who was that made by? Irish Railway Models. But apart from them, I don't have any, I think. I'm trying to think. The big cider tanker, which was Taunton cider. Yeah. Well, Pete, those Guinness flats weren't actually marked with Guinness, but there was something like, do I want them? No, not particularly. I just got a couple, Brian. I found out they're not actually beer. They're actually for tannery purposes. So they're probably full of urine. So they use that in the tanning process. I don't think they still use urine in the tanning process, but probably when those were modelled after, it probably was. They weeble wobble down the track, but they don't fall down. Yeah, what was that? That was the Weebles, wasn't it? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Those wagons are taking the pee. Yeah, definitely, Simon. Oh. And there's Mick. Hello, Mick. Nice to see you. Sounds like the bar's open. Right, let's get you down on the track. Oh, today, as I did say, I was grabbing a coffee. Nothing like a big cock in the afternoon to keep you awake. Cheers, everybody. European beer is carried in vans, wine is in tanks. Thanks for that, Ivo. Right, ladies and gents, let's get you down the track so you can see some more of the action. Here we go. Oh, here's the latest on the buffet car. That's sprayed up, still on its little stand. I did actually mask the inside so there's not too much overspray. And the other part is over there. There's the roof, and there is the acrylic spray. Here we go. How's that, ladies and gents? My beer cans are in transit. Yeah, I wonder if they did Foster's beer wagons. Now that would be something to look for, just to antagonise Artie a bit. Not that I want to do that, but it's nice pulling our leg. You've got to remember, Pete, that porter and stouts are not everybody's cup of tea. I must admit, I'm not averse to having your Guinness or Murphy's. Let's just remove the Pennsylvania. Whoop, there we go. I'll try and get it on the back and then play catch up. Oh, that's a bit squeaky. Well, it's got it. Let's see if it stays on there. Yeah, Robert Garrett. And this is a Santa Fe Erie built, I think they are. I'll just make sure of that. Yeah, they're called an Erie built. But I so much like what they did with the war bonnet colouring on it that I had to get them. Oh, hang on. We've lost this one again. The caboose has jumped ship. Yeah, James, you can't beat the old blue boxes. That's what most of these cars are. I bought them from Clive at the last Gets exhibition. They came as a job lot. Wasn't really Clive's thing, and he said, "I've got all these Pennsylvania wagons and coal hoppers. Do you want to buy them?" I said, "Yeah, let's have them." Oh yes, that one does have a bit of a warble, doesn't it? But now you can probably appreciate just how big that coal load is. Feldspan. That sounds good. Locomotive. Going to get one of the most crazy beer wagons ever done. Well, that sounds even better, Ivo. A crazy beer wagon does really sound good. And just for Brian, these are all DC, Brian. What can I say? Look at that for a monster truckload. Now, I don't remember which steam railway we snaffled that at, but it did come from a steam railway. And there's the Garrett. Do please remember that Hellgen are bringing out I think it's the U1 Garrett, something like that, which is a 2882 that should be coming out within the next year, I think. The mother of all lumps of coal. Yeah, it certainly is. The other smaller lump I had, Digger, is about halfway down the British coal train. I'll just point that out as it goes past. It's about here. So anyone that didn't have a coal load in, I thought I'd better oblige with some real coal. And the Closet Branch has joined us. Hello there. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a fair day. Well, what did Brian say? I've obviously missed something there. Brian, I've been naughty for lots of years. Yeah, I don't think we're short of the black diamonds here, Pete. But Dwight, I hope this has kept up my end of the coal load challenge bargain that we've struck amongst the modelers. The coal load challenge is still on. If anybody wants to participate, drag out those old coal wagons and hoppers and see what you can put together. And we've got Mark and Lisa in the chat. Hello there. Well, Dwight, I'm glad you like what I've managed to put together for the coal challenge. It was a lot of fag and fatigue, but there you go. I like it when it hits the frog right there, because obviously they're fairly small wheels. They do clatter right in the nose of the frog. I'm not sure Brian would make a really good Santa. Maybe Chris from Valleys would probably be a better Santa because he does have the white beard. Go on holiday and the fish plates all go missing. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. That would. We have a full break of highly coal wagons. Use the largest ballast for the load. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter, Mark. If you've got six wagons will be fine. It's for a worthy cause. It's to alleviate Dwight's back pain. So I hope this has tickled your back, Dwight. I don't think Brian is going to get. I think that's just a bit too far for Brian. I think as the other place is a lot closer, I think that's what Brian favours. Not that I want to speak for Brian, but go ahead, Brian. Well, Dwight, as long as your back isn't a pain in the arse, then I think it's probably where it should be. Right, time's getting on a bit, so I'm going to uncouple the trains and we'll get out some DCC and run a little bit of sound, shall we? Right, so first of all, we will stop the Garrett. Right about there. And we'll do a quick uncoupling. And the Garrett can then run back in its siding. Let me just flick that one there. So off she goes, and she should now run back into the siding from whence she came. There we go. Back into the traction shed. All good. Because it's such a large loco, it's hanging out of the shed. But I'll just isolate that. And the other one I'll bring to a stop in a second. That's okay, Mark. Dwight's usually finished by about 8 o'clock. Or is that when Dwight starts? When does Dwight usually come on? 7. Dwight usually does 7 till 8. So you should be okay. Right, let's bring this one around a little further and faster. And stop right there. Right then. Let's try my unpicker. Yeah. Oh, I've unpicked it. There we go. Right. This one goes over like that. And a little more power. And she's off to her siding. Sorted and isolated. We are now turning over to DCC. Okie dokie. Now, first thing to do is to get this one out, which is the king. 1, 2, 3. That is now open. Let's readjust the points there. That one's coming out. That one's on. Right, let's grab the controller. And sound. Reverse. There she comes. Just move that out of the way. Out. Right, let's get them coupled up. Forward and whistle. Here we go. No! Direction. Backwards a bit. That's better. Now, whistle. Yay! Right, we'll just give that one trip around just to make sure everything's hunky-dory. A little faster, my king. Now, do please remember that a king is a express locomotive and not usually given to pulling coal trains. But as it's a big, powerful steamer, I thought that might just do the trick for today. Right, let's move this one back. Open up that one. And here comes the F. Points are set. Recall, 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 recall. 3. Reverse. Right, let's clear the points. And we are connected. Here we go. And Papa John Trains has joined us. Hello, Papa John. I hope this Sunday morning finds you well. That, my friends, is the sound of the breakfast cooking. And Canadian Locomotive Logistics has joined us. A very good morning to you. Well, that's a bit of news, James, because before yesterday, I didn't even know you'd had cancer. But that's good that you've beaten it, my old friend. And there's Eric at One Dun Eisenbahn. A very good day to you, Eric. Right, let's just silence that one a minute. That's better. The sound of the steamer isn't so bad, but the F7s really get going after a while. Here she comes, the King. This particular one is King Richard II. It's fairly appropriate as it's my son's engine. I just borrowed it. A mini pink toolbox. Does that have anything to do with the colour, James, or is it just the manufacturer who's called pink? Oh, you collect pink railway cars. Oh, that's interesting. Does that have a breast cancer connotation there, Dwight? Sorry, James. I've got Dwight on the brain. For someone who's unfortunate enough to have fallen off his porch. Oh, and we've just been joined by the hairy controller. There's Blondie. Hello, Blondie. Oh, the old tail's going. How are you, sweetie? She's found something nice to sniff. There we go. The hairy controller has joined us. Well, are you woofing? Are you woofing? Are you woofing? No, not today. Yes, a beautiful doggy with a big appetite. Back to the coffee. Cheers, everyone. Everyone says, hello, Blondie. All the town. And Sam Strange has joined us. Very good afternoon to you, Sam Strange. Okay, Archie, you get some sleep, man. And you stay safe out there. and I'll catch up with you in the chats. Oh yeah, blue box. Right. Say no more. Let's grab a blue box so you can see what one's like. Right. Let's grab a blue box. Give me a minute. Okay, Pete, here's a blue box. Athens Trains in miniature. And it's called a blue box because it's ostensibly blue. That's what one looks like. The nomenclature is usually written on there. So there you go, Pete. You have now seen an Athens blue box. If you come across a... Hang on a minute. If you come across a roundhouse, that looks like this. Also has a blue box, but that's what roundhouse looks like, and it's got that big signal on the front. And these are both kits, both produced in America when they really did produce them. This one was £3.70 from Leading Records. It's amazing how record shops used to do lots of trains, but there you go. I collect yellow box. Well, the yellow boxes, if I'm not much mistaken, are AccuRail. Is that right? Okay, Rob, thanks for coming in, man. I'll be knocking it off in a couple of minutes. Let me just silence this one. There you go. Silence is golden, as they say. Right, let's leave those happily running for a second. Here we go. Finish the coffee. Oh, Atlas, a yellow box. Cato Drives. Okay. I've never seen a purple box. No, me neither there, Dwight. Purple box. Who makes purple boxes then? Oh, older Athens. Bloody hell. Okay. Well, if they're older than Blue Box, that really must be old. MTH Premier boxes are purple for anyone that don't know. Yes, I think I've only got one of them Rick's trains, which was the HO version of the K4. And it was one of those dealer things that they did. Yeah, it's a funky box compared to the black and orange that usually NTH use. Thank you, Dino. If everyone would kindly hit the like button, I'd be most appreciative. Right, let me grab the camera. And this is me. Here's the one I showed you earlier. Bargain. GP7-2, I would say that is. Proto 2000, £15. Motor hums, lights work, but no movement. That's going to be clogged up gearboxes and gear towers, I think. If it isn't, I'll worry about that when the time comes. If there's anything intrinsically wrong with its bits and pieces, then I'll be happily going on the ear roll to my American buddies for some spares. But we'll worry about that when the time comes. Are you off then, Pete? Thanks for a great live. Stay safe. Don't fall over anymore, Dwight. Yeah, that's good advice, Pete. Thanks for coming in, Pete. Say hi to Sue. For £15, it's worth it for the parts. Yeah, probably. There's quite a few Proto 2000 and Proto 1000s flying around the exhibition scene. So if I do need any spares, should be able to find some. But we'll worry about that when I take the thing apart. Should I take the thing apart live? No, probably not. Things like that need a bit of concentration, so I'll probably be doing that locked away in the shed. Anyway, everybody, thanks for coming in. Always a pleasure to see everybody in the chat, and try and stay safe this week. And I'll see you in Dwight's stream later, and then if Mark goes live after Dwight, happy families. Thanks, James. Always a pleasure having you in, and the inimitable Anthony Dodge. Thank you for all your support and help. And the same applies to Tom over in Grand Northern Ireland. Great having all of your expertise, and Ivo, of course. And then, we'll sort of take it from there, and I'll see if I can. I'll send an email over to Simon over in Denmark. Obviously, if he's got some tricks wheels and they're 10.4 mil, that'd be great. Thanks everybody for coming in. Stay safe, and what does Anthony say? Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains, everyone. So take care out there. Adios, amigos.